The Emperor has been expecting you.
Greetings, Star Comrades, this is Man in Ushanka, a video with English subtitles as always. Not long ago I made a video about an organization called ISB, Imperial Security Bureau, and today I'm going to tell you about one of the most famous members of this organization in a new canon, about Agent Kallus. And no, unfortunately I haven't translated my video about ISB to English yet, but if there are going to be at least a couple of comments about it, then I will be more than happy to make a video about the organization. But let's get down to the point. So, today we are going to talk about Agent Kallus, who was first introduced into the Star Wars universe in the Rebels TV series, and he appeared in some comics and even games. And yes, while mentioning the Rebels, I will try to avoid spoilers from the third season, except for the moments that are not a secret anymore, like about Darth Maul's death and about a new Fulcrum and so on. But let's return to the topic of Agent Kallus. Unfortunately, there isn't much to say about his early life, but we do know that he was born even before the events of the Phantom Menace, and in the Rebels he's about 40 years old. His home planet is Coruscant, however we don't know if he was from a rich or from a poor family. The only thing we know is that he had entered the Imperial Academy more than a decade before the famous Battle of Yavin. It is interesting to say that the academy he was studying in was called the Royal Imperial Academy, and for me it is strange because Palpatine was neither a Rex nor a king, he was an emperor. So why not just call the place Imperial Academy? But let's move on. Just like Kal Katarn from the legendary canon, Agent Kallus was taught to lead a platoon of stormtroopers. His squad was referred to as Kallus Squad, which sounds more like Kallus Squad to me, but that's irrelevant, right? Oh man, that's a name for a squad. Agent ISB 021 was truly one of the greatest agents of the Bureau, but we must note that his service wasn't easy. Once upon a time, during an operation on Onderon, the Kallus squad was ambushed and decimated by a band of Saw Gerrera's extremists, and one of the rebels from the Lasan race personally killed everyone of the squad, including those who were disarmed. Agent Kallus was, however, left to leave, so he can tell the Imperial authorities about the incident and secure Saw's cruel reputation, but that was a mistake. By letting Kallus leave, they gave birth to his hate and the desire for a revenge, turning this officer into a ruthless killing machine. Now he started to implement even the most violent methods of fighting against rebels he had in his arsenal. For example, he once even planted a bomb into a shuttle carrying Minister Makiath Tor, the destruction of which could affect the lives of innocent pedestrians. But after the time passed, his bigotry started to deteriorate. He began to understand that he is nothing more than a gear in the Empire's military machine, and that all of his fellow soldiers and officers were slowly becoming colder and colder every day. One of the events that really turned his life upside down was an involuntary landing and spending the night in one of Cold Moons of Geonosis with Zeb, a Lasan member of the Phoenix Rebel Squad. During that fatal mission, he finally understood the futility of his service to the Empire and had become a double agent, later revealing many Imperial secrets to the Rebellion. In about a year after Agent Kallus changing his mind, his plan was investigated and disclosed by Grand Admiral Thrawn, who then ordered the execution of the agent. When I first learned about that turn of events, I thought that Agent Kallus is a dead man now, but since Rebels was made by Disney, he could miraculously free himself from handcuffs and then escape. As a result of this, he had finally joined the rebel ranks officially and, what is more important, changed his haircut. However, what happened next is unknown. I just hope we will see no more of these strange plot twists of a hero miraculously escaping the military imprisonment. But hey, maybe Agent Kallus is just too cool for some handcuffs to restrain him. I mean, just look at his awesome beard. And on this downy moment, our today's video is going to end. Please remember to leave a thumb up and share a video with your friends. I appreciate it a lot. Thanks for watching, and as the ancients said, let the Force go with you, always.